Good evening. I'd like to call the regular meeting of the Show City Council to order. By roll call, see that all council members are present. At this time, we'd like to welcome those of you who are with us tonight in the audience, as well as those who may be watching at home on TV. We'd like to begin this evening with the invocation. I'll offer the invocation followed by the Pledge of Allegiance by Council Member Leach. Those who'd like to join with us, please stand. Our most gracious Father in heaven, we're grateful for this evening, which we have to come together as citizens in the city of Show and council members and city staff. Father, we're grateful for the moisture that we've received and for the blessing that it is upon our land, and we pray that it might continue. We're grateful for the citizens who live here and for those who are visiting through this summer and for the great weather we've had and the great opportunity we have to showcase our city. Heavenly Father, we're grateful for the opportunity we have to be moving into a new public safety building, and we are grateful for those who have sacrificed and made this effort possible. We love Thee and we give Thee thanks for the many blessings we have, for our freedom, for this great country we live in. We're asking Thee to bless the leaders of our nation, and will Thou help them in the decisions that they have to make. Ask Thee to bless the youth in our community, that they'll strive to be good citizens and that we'll be able to help one another. And these things we pray and ask for Thy blessings this evening as we deliver the things that we have before us on the agenda. And these things we ask in the name of Thy Son, Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen. Please join me in the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. This evening we'd like to begin with a call to the public. Any citizen desiring to speak on a matter that's not scheduled on the agenda may do so at this time. Seeing nobody moved, we'll close call to the public and come back to special events. This evening we have the introduction of a new airport manager. We'll turn the time to Bill Cupp for his introduction. Mr. Cupp.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. Show Regional Airport is a great facility and a source of pride for our community. Back in March, our Glenn Boyd, our airport manager, announced his retirement. So we entered into a fairly long process to find the right person to take our airport into the future. We were fortunate to have Matt Smith serving as interim manager, which gave us time to recruit and hire a great candidate. Please allow me to introduce Mr. Tom Barr as our new airport manager of Show Regional Airport.
Come on up, Tom.
Welcome, Tom, and I think he has a
He has at least a 5-minute speech.
a little bio for you.
Thanks, Bill.
Tom, welcome to the city of Show. We appreciate you being here.
Thank you. And thank you, Bill, for that intro. That was very kind. First, I'd like to say I'm very excited and very happy to be here. Haven't been here for too long. It's been a few weeks, but I've been very impressed with this city and with the people that I've met and worked with. I'm very happy and very enthusiastic to accept this position and to do all I can to make it a great airport. It's an airport that does a lot for the community. It serves the community, and that is its purpose, and that's what I look forward to doing, to see it serve the community and see it make this place even a better place than it already is. As for a little introduction into myself, I am from Utah. I grew up in Utah Valley, in Payson, a little town, Payson, Utah, not Arizona, and got my bachelor's actually in biology and taught high school biology for a little while, and decided I wanted to change after my friend introduced me into a flight school and into aviation, and ever since that I was hooked and decided to make a career change. And my ultimate goal was to go on to airport management. I love flight, and I did end up getting my commercial license, and that allowed me to be able to teach at a university for a couple of years, where I was able to teach several different classes in airport management and also private pilot. I worked at a smaller airport for a couple of years as well as an assistant manager at an FBO. If you're not sure what an FBO is, it's basically a flight base where they do fueling, they do flight school depending on what services they have, as well as charter and aircraft rentals. So I did that for a couple of years, and then I decided it was time to move on and up to a position a little above those, and found this one here. And I was very, very excited to have the offer to come here. So if there are any, I don't know if anybody has any questions.
Kids, married?
Yes, I am married. Married 11 years now, going on 12. Have a 10-year-old daughter. She just turned 10 a couple of weeks ago. We're happy to be here.
Welcome to the community.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Next time we have a presentation and discussion regarding the city council priorities. We're going to be talking about the quality of life. Mr. Johnson.
Good evening, Mayor and council members. Tonight we have the third presentation in a series of 4 presentations highlighting the council priorities and goals. We're going to talk about the quality of life goal tonight. As a reminder to the council and those who may be watching, we have 4 major council identified goals and priorities. They are infrastructure, preserving existing assets, quality of life, which we'll be talking about tonight, economic and community development, and organization. As a reminder, we've already highlighted organization and economic and community development. And these goals and priorities are what council and staff keeps in mind as we're building the budget. We're building our capital improvement process, our capital improvement plan. It's important to have priorities and a goal in mind when we decide which projects we're going to do. These are the subheadings for the other topics. For infrastructure, we want to focus on appearance and image, have a positive image for the city. As we're spending money, we want to have the protection of those investments and assets in mind as we're moving ahead and using those. We want to maintain our standards and have plenty of financial reserve to protect ourselves in the event of a recession or any type of activity like that. Economic and community development. We use recreation. Our area is big on recreation. We use that as a tool to help us develop economically. We have many community partnerships, our Focus Future for education and retail and commercial expansion, and organization, which again we talked about previously, but it's our strategic and master plans, hiring and keeping good employees, emergency preparedness and safety, and regional partnership. So moving ahead with tonight's topic for quality of life, we have 4 subheadings in this topic as well, and we'll start with downtown development. One of the goals of staff and council was to beautify the downtown, and over the past number of years we've done a lot of things to beautify and make improvements in this area. We've had a lot of local merchants make improvements to their facilities. We've done the Deuce of Club streetscape, which is beautified, added some trees, greenery, and other things that make it pleasant to view. And we've also worked on the overhead power line removal here in the downtown and also on the Deuce. We've expanded the downtown parking and tried to create a more pedestrian-friendly focus for our downtown area. We also use the downtown to try and draw people in for different types of events. We have the parades like the Freedom Fest. We also have the Farmers Market and Art Walk, which starts in May and goes through September. We have the Spooktacular Festival, which we're currently working with staff to get planning on that one, and the Downtown Committee. We also have the Christmas tree lighting to kick off the holiday season, and the Deuce of Clubs drop on New Year's Eve. Another area we would like to focus on with quality of life is public information. We feel like we're doing a lot of good things at the city, and we want to communicate those with our citizens. So this is a list of a few items that a few methods we have for getting the information out to our residents and those who want to come to our area. Sholo TV does a good job broadcasting city council meetings as well as many other events, meeting and discussing items with the mayor from budget and traffic safety and other items like that to get the word out. We also feel like the city website is a good tool for people who want to get information about city utilities, events, and things that are being planned and that are going on in the city. With our utility billing, we send out quarterly newsletters, usually several pages, nice color insert that details a lot of the events coming up for the next quarter. We have social media, electronic signboards, public meetings for budget, planning, zoning, other items like that. A lot of informational brochures at City Hall that we hand out, and we've also done citizen surveys. Financial transparency is very important to the city as well, working through our budget and auditing processes. Over the last year and a half to 2 years, we've contracted with OpenGov to provide all of our financial information to the residents. They can log on to our website at sholoaz.gov and access all of our financial information. And last, for public information efforts, press releases. You see a lot of those go out from our clerk's office detailing different types of events and public notices and general information. The third area is community focus. We feel like we provide a lot of good amenities and services to our residents and those in our area, as well as visitors. We have a great aquatic center. A lot of traffic this summer there. I think was reported this past week. We had 2,500 people visit the aquatic center in 1 week. Library continues to grow their program base. They're showing record numbers in attendance in the library too, with the summer reading and other events they have planned. Then we have beautiful parks, many sports fields. We've recently hosted the state all-star tournament, I think, for the 11-year-old kids, and I think there were 16 teams in attendance at that tournament, and it was a week long, so it brought a lot of visitors to our area to shop and stay in our hotels. And then last is the cemetery. A few more amenities that we provide. We feel like our public transit system is exceptional for a community of our size. We have good partnerships with Pine Top Lakeside for the Four Seasons, and then many of the communities, including Navajo County and the White Mountain Connection. And then we have the Shola Bluff Trails. And Project Clean Sweep is an annual event where we try and help our neighbors clean up their yards and keep things nice and clean by having the city crews go around and pick up larger items that maybe people can't afford to or aren't able to take for disposal. Other programs through recreation and aquatics, the library summer reading program, and the recreation group also does a good job scheduling concerts and doing free movies in the park for families and everyone to come out and enjoy the mountains. Other family-oriented events include our city anniversary combined with the barbecue throwdown. We have a great turnout for those events. The 4th of July Parade and Freedom Fest, and then the Sholo Shines at Christmas time. The other thing we try to encourage is volunteerism in the community. We have the Martin Luther King Day of Service. Since the weather is usually bad in January, we move that to May and try and get people out to do projects. This past year we did a rather large project in the dog park and tried to just spruce up the community through volunteerism and get people involved. We also started or combined with other agencies to participate in the Community Fast, and we feel like that's been a good connection with other communities in our area. As far as outreach go, we have Student Government Day, where the students at the high school come and spend time with city staff, and they also get to spend time with the council. We have National Night Out, Tip-A-Cop, Kids Rock, where staff and council get to meet with third grade classes here in our community, try and educate them on things that go on in the city. And then we have Citizens Academy. The last topic, which is going to be kind of brief for this presentation, but it is covered through emergency preparedness and some of our other areas. But we do focus on student safety by having signalized school zones, electronic speed limit signs throughout the city. We also have thoughtful, careful street design and maintenance to ensure safety. And then we have an excellent snow management plan for snow removal that gets presented to the council every year. So this is the information I have for you tonight for quality of life. And keep in mind the reason for these discussions is to get the council thinking, are we happy with the direction we're heading? Do we need to change goals and priorities? Do we need to add to them? And we'll be discussing those in more detail at the retreat coming up in October, but we want to get you thinking about those now. I think that's all I have. I asked the city manager unless there are any questions.
Any questions of council?
If there's no questions, to go along with quality life, Mel West and Show TV has been working on a Show video. We'd like to take a few minutes and show that this time. It goes right along with this quality life priority and goal.
Oregon has boring, and New Mexico has truth or consequences. But here in Arizona, we have a town whose name and the story behind that name are pure, quintessential Arizona. Back in 1876, Marion Clark and Corydon E. Cooley were equal partners in a 100,000-acre ranch. After a time, they agreed their ranch wasn't big enough for both of them, so they decided to play a winner-take-all game of cards. The game had lasted all night when the last hand began. Exhausted, Clark told Cooley, "Show Low and the ranch is yours." Cooley turned the deuce of clubs, and lo and behold, the city of Show Low was born and its main street became the deuce of clubs. The Show Low City Council carries on the tradition to this day. When there's a tie vote for the council, cards are drawn until a winner is dealt the deuce of clubs. In the town square, there's even a life-size statue of that card game from a bygone era. Times have certainly changed since a simple game of cards forged a city's identity. And while the Show Low of today still retains that small-town appeal, it also enjoys great prosperity and growth as its many charms continue to attract people from far and wide. Show Low offers respite from the desert temperatures and boasts crisp, clean mountain air, wide open spaces, breathtaking scenery, and the great outdoors. There are pristine lakes within the city limits. Sunrise Ski Resort is less than an hour's drive away. Woodland trails for mountain biking and hiking, and a forest teeming with wildlife too numerous to mention. The great outdoors are just outside your door when you live in Show Low, and great they certainly are. Recent survey results reveal how satisfying life in Show Low is for its residents. A whopping 92% of those surveyed indicated they feel Show Low is a safe place to live, and 85% rated the overall quality of life in Show Low as high. Those high marks speak to the dedication of every city worker to serve our residents and visitors. We listen to our citizens and work hard to make life in Show Low a fulfilling experience for all. Day or night, snow or sun, we're out there doing our best, doing all the things you deem important. Whether it's plowing snow, fixing a pothole, keeping our community safe, making sure we have clean water to drink, repairing a sewer line break, or being there with you during a medical emergency. Our commitment to maintaining the high quality of life we become accustomed to as residents of Show Low is of the utmost importance to each and every one of us, and the evidence is all around us. Thanks to the loyalty and resolve of all of our city employees, we put forth our best efforts every day. We check out your library books and maintain your parks so your kids have a safe place to play. We help you build safely and teach your kids to swim. Your elected officials deliver their best by making decisions that reflect the values laid out by our city's forefathers. And not all those who deliver their best are city employees. We have many volunteers and citizens who deliver their best in countless ways to maintain our small-town atmosphere. Senior patrol volunteers check on your home when you're away. Our library friends sell used books to raise extra funds for our public library. Parks volunteers help make our fields playable. Coaches teach fundamental skills and sportsmanship to our budding athletes. Eagle Scouts donate their time and labor to projects to serve our entire community. But there's room for more. We invite you to join us and come to be part of our community by volunteering your own unique skills and talents and deliver your best. Whether we're out there on the front lines or operating behind the scenes, all of us at the city deliver our best to make living, playing, and working in Show Low the best it can be. Show Low, named after the lowest card in the deck, but rated an ace high to all who know it.
I'd like to thank Show Low TV for that. That's the first time I've seen it. They did a great job. Good job.
Same thing, that is a great job that our group is making that. It's the best one I've seen.
Any other comments? Great. While I was away, my computer slipped off, so just a minute. Next item we have is the consent calendar. Is there any items on the consent calendar that needs to be reviewed or pulled? Go through those items. The item we have is consideration of approval of a final plat for Dakota 4 at Bison Ridge. Consideration of acceptance 2017 rehab and rejuvenation of the public roadways slurry seal project R0417 and the minutes of the Show Low City Council meeting July 18, 2017. Councilmember Crittenden,
I move we approve the consent calendar.
have a motion. Is there a second? Second by Councilmember Kelly. Any discussion? Call for the vote. All those in favor? Any opposed? See that passed 7-0. Next item we have is new business. Item 8A is consideration of the award of construction contract for East Owens Sewer Line Replacement Project, number S0617. Mr. Himmelstahl.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. The condition of asphalt in East Owens from 11th Street to East Malapai Road has deteriorated to a condition that requires major replacement. City staff also identified a water line infrastructure and a portion of the sewer line in East Owens that are aging, and both of which need to be replaced prior to the roadway being improved. The water line improvements are currently underway and are actually scheduled to be completed this week, if not early next week. The East Owens roadway project is budgeted in the fiscal year 2018 capital improvements program and is tentatively scheduled for late fall of 2017. The sewer project along East Owens between 11th Street and Malapai Road consists of replacing approximately 460 linear feet of aging and deteriorating 8-inch clay sewer line with an 8-inch PVC sewer main and installing new sewer services and manholes. In anticipation of the roadway work and the asphalt removed during the construction will be replaced temporarily with asphalt millings. The project was designed by city engineering staff with a construction estimate of $90,700. EDQ approvals to construct have been obtained, and the project was publicly bid in accordance with statutory requirements with the following results. Western Grade LLC with a bid of $78,700. Rawlings Specialty Contracting at $90,700. Central Arizona Civil Contractor Company, $113,350.20.
and Rock Country Builders Incorporated at $122,655.00. Staff recommends awarding the construction contract for the East Owens Sewer Line Replacement Project, City of Show Low Project number S0617 to Western Grade LLC in amount not to exceed $78,700. The bid tabulation is attached, and I'm available for any questions.
Thank you. Any questions or comments, discussion? Seeing none, I'll look for a motion. Councilmember Alsop.
I move to award construction contract for East Owens Sewer Line Replacement Project, City of Show Low Project number S-0617 to Western Grade LLC in amount not to exceed $78,700.
I have a motion, a second by Councilmember Kelly. Any other discussion? Just kind of ask a question. Has Western Grade done sewer and water before for us?
They have done some, last project they did was a water line project, I think about a year and a half ago, over on Rogers and 22nd Avenue. Sewer line, I can't recall off the top of my head, but I believe they have. Yes.
All right, thank you. Any other discussion? I'll call for the vote. All those in favor? Any opposed? See that pass 7-0. Thank you. Next item we have is item 8B, consideration of award of construction contract for Park Valley Roadway Construction, Reconstruction Phase 2 in Show Low Lake Road, City of Show Low, project number R-1217. Mr. Himasa.
The city's fiscal year 2018 capital improvement program budget includes $335,200 for a roadway project labeled Park Valley Phase 2, Stratton to Stock, and $220,000 for a roadway improvement project labeled Show Low Lake Road Overlay Phase 2. The scope of the work includes pulverizing the existing aging asphalt, incorporating the pulverized material into the roadway base, and installing a new 3-inch asphalt overlay. The proposed improvements are located along South 29th Avenue, South 25th Avenue, West Whipple, West Stock, West Young, and Show Low Lake Road. To reduce the cost of mobilization and the cost to develop an additional project, City grouped the two roadway projects into a single project for the bidding process. Project was designed by city engineering staff with a construction estimate of $535,000. Project was publicly bid and with the following results. Hatch Construction and Paving at $440,147.50. Sunland Asphalt at $468,995.00, and JWT Grading LLC at $761,492.00. Staff recommends awarding the construction contract for the Park Valley Roadway Reconstruction Phase 2 and Show Low Lake Road, City of Show Low project number R-1217 to Hatch Construction and Paving in amount not to exceed $440,147.50. Bid tab for this one is attached as well, and I'm available for any questions.
Any questions there? Councilmember Alsop?
Yeah, I have one question on this slide that we have up right now. My question is, we're going to redo the road, I understand that. But these apartments here, there's a lot of traffic that parks on the side of the road instead of inside the thing. Are we widening that to help protect that, or what are we doing there?
Current plans right now are to put the asphalt back exactly how it is. We don't intend to put any on-stream parking, install any on-stream parking on Shoal Lake Road. Put back the asphalt that's in place.
Yeah, because I didn't know if that, with that project, if that was allowed for us to have a lot of people. I know, there's probably too many cars for the houses that's there, and so they have to park somewhere. I understand that, but I just didn't know. That's not what's deteriorating our asphalt or anything else. It's just, we just got a lot of vehicles parked there.
Yeah, that portion of roadway from 20th down the Scott Ranch Road wasn't able to be done with the last phase of Shoal Lake Road. It's seen a lot of wear, sees a lot of traffic. Maybe it's the Walmart, I don't know, but it does see, and that's where it's deteriorating. And you can see a lot of that blowing apart this summer. But as far as adding it, you do see some vehicles parked there. I don't recall if there's any signs to allow it or don't allow that parking at this time, but our intent is just to put the roadway back the way it is.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions or comments? Councilmember Kelly?
Yeah, just to follow up on that one would be, are we seeing road sloughing off due to all that vehicle running off the pavement? Are we Do we have good lateral support in there for our paving?
No, naturally, anytime you get vehicles pulling on and off a highway, they're gonna start breaking off that edge, and you're gonna start losing that edge. And that's something you'll see, anytime there's not a vertical curb or a ribbon curb to hold that together. That whole side of Shoulder Lake Road does not have a curb on it. What we'll do is we'll use some of the pulverized material to roll it off to the side and pack it back up against the roadway to kind of stabilize it without the curb. But the asphalt's just going in, like I said, as it is there, with no curb back in that place.
So recognizing that that is a use of that area, we will use what I'd call a little common sense and try to build better lateral support to protect our paving. Is that what you're saying?
Absolutely, and that's what we do with the shoulder work. We require them to put, we aim for a 2-foot shoulder anytime we do a pulverized and overlay. And that's just then, it basically acts as a curb without paying for a curb, and that's to pack millings and some asphalt material back up against there to help.
Thank you.
And yeah.
City manager?
Just one comment on that. The apartment project was designed without parking on Shoal Lake Road. We generally would not want parking on a collector road, and it just happened over time. And I think it's more for convenience than space availability in the parking lot. So we'll, as a staff, we'll evaluate that issue also.
Very good. Any other comments? Not, I'll look for a motion. Councilmember Cavas.
I move to award the construction contract for the Park Valley Roadway Reconstruction Phase 2 and Shoal Lake Road, City of Shoal project number R1217 to Hatch Construction and Paving an amount not to exceed $440,147.50.
Have a motion, a second by Councilmember Alsop. Any other discussion? Call for the vote. All those in favor? Any opposed? See that pass 7-0. Thank you, Mr. Himmelsaw. Next item is summary of current events. Any council member wish to speak on any current events may do so at this time. Councilmember Crittenden.
I would like to remind everybody that tomorrow morning is the monthly Salterra breakfast, where chamber members go to breakfast there. It's a great place to interface your business or any event that you have, making the assumption that you are a chamber board member. You can promote your business, and it's from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. tomorrow morning at Salterra. Okay.
Thank you. Councilmember Alsop.
Thank you, Mayor. I attended a board meeting for the Meals on Wheels and Senior Center, and they had some fundraising projects going on in the last few months. The latest one was a craft fair, and they did real good on it. And matter of fact, the vendors are ready to come back again in about another 3 months. So they had a great time, and they made some profits, so it was good. The next thing is coming up is the music festival, and that's going to host Mountain Saddle Band. It's going to be Friday, August 18th from 7 o'clock to 9 o'clock at the Blue Ridge High School Auditorium. Cost is $10 per person, and tickets will be sold at the doors. And all the money and proceeds will go to benefit the Meals on Wheels program for the city of Shoal.
Thank you. Any other council person? I don't have a report. City manager.
Just a few items to report. The library submitted a grant application through the Shoal Library Friends to the Fiesta Bowl charities. We're happy to announce that the library was awarded a $15,000 grant from Fiesta Bowl charities to install a playground in the grassy area behind the library for the children. So that congratulations to the library for submitting that grant, and it'll be of good use back there. So we are partnering with Navajo County, the town of Pine Top Lakeside, and E-Green IT Solutions of Phoenix to present the 9th annual free electronic waste recycling event on Saturday, August 26th from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the parking lot at the Navajo County Penrod facility. That's 251 North Penrod Road. Citizens from across southern Navajo County are invited to drop off unwanted televisions. There's limit two per vehicle, computer equipment, monitors, batteries, chargers, cell phones, VCRs, CD and DVD players, printers and small appliances, fax machines, stereos, cables, and cords. They'll take any of the electronic and they'll try to recycle some of that, some of those items. Businesses that want to dispose of unwanted electronic items should call the eGreen IT Solutions Direct and schedule a pickup and pay the associated fees. Their number is 602-944-4151. Again, that electronic waste event is August 26th on a Saturday from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. Our recreation staff's currently accepting registrations for craft and food vendors at our Apple Festival. Used to be the Music Jubilee or some other name, but they're calling the Apple Festival this year, which will be held also on August 26th. You'll have games and activities, bands and craft and food vendors. We're also accepting registrations for annual Try in the Pines, which will be held Saturday, September 16th. And the registration for that's $65 per athlete or $95 for a relay team. For more information on the recreation events, you can call 532-4140. And finally, in public works projects, work on the East Owens Waterline project will conclude next week, and then they'll begin the sewer line that was awarded this evening. Phase 2 of Doosa Club's water line replacement it's on the south side of the Doosa Clubs from 3rd Drive by Ace Hardware to Central Avenue will begin again Monday, August 14th. The work will be done at night to minimize traffic problems as it was in the first phase, and the project should be completed in approximately 60 days. Thank you.
Councilmember Leach.
Do you have an update on the end of town at Penrod and the Deuce? What?
We talked about that this morning to put that on here. It's on our website where you can get a link to the ADOT page, and then ADOT is continually updating that page.
Councilmember Crittenden.
On the Apple Festival, I don't think I heard, where is that going to take place?
That's a good question, isn't it?
Okay,
We'll announce it again next council meeting, but they're just getting the application at this
Okay.
time.
Any other comments? Scheduling of meetings, is there any scheduling of meetings that need to be brought up or planned?
Mayor.
Yes.
With the completion of the public safety building, we'd like to hold a ribbon cutting for that facility. And we're looking at August 15th, your next council meeting. Just do it at 6 o'clock prior to the council meeting. If that works for the council. Thank you.
Okay, seeing no other discussion or business, I'll adjourn this meeting.